Welcome to Dental Academy USA. My name is Leo Karish, and today we're going to talk about something very important. One of the first steps for you to get your dental degree is to go through the ECE website and fill out all your documentation so you can get your degree and the transcript from whatever school you are, whatever country you are, into the English version, English system, let's call that. That's going to enable you to take the dental boards and also apply to many dental schools. We're going to do step by step here today on the computer screen. Just follow me. There's a lot to learn, a lot of mistakes to avoid. It's going to be a great video for you. First of all, you're going to go to the ECE website, ece.org. When you get to the website, you're going to click here to order a report. You probably don't have a login yet, so what you're going to do is create an account. You're going to have these two options, individual or institutions. As you can imagine, you are an individual. So you're going to type your first name, Leonardo, your middle name, whatever that is, last name, whatever that is. You're going to put your email account here. USA.com. You're going to come up with a password. How did you hear about ECE? Whatever you got to do, licensing board, whatever, that doesn't matter. Why did you choose ECE? Whatever you got to do here, it doesn't really matter. Put this here. It's not really that. Do I want to receive specials from ECE? No, I do not. Am I a robot? No. So these two things here don't really matter anything for what you're doing. So now I'm going to have to go look for my email that I got from ECE. Go to your mailbox. You're going to find that email. You're going to activate your account. Here I am. I just clicked on the email and I have my account activated. Now I'm going to put my email here. And we're going to join the website here and we're going to start the process. It's not a hard process, you just got to follow the steps. So the first thing you have here is US Evaluation or Canada Assessment Report. As you're applying to the United States for the boards and for the schools and all that, you go with the US Evaluation Report. So here's the first step. So you have your name here. You're going to put your date of birth, whatever date of birth you have. It's going to be saying here is a part of your order, you'll receive the following unofficial copies of the complete report. That's what's saying right here. How many report copies, sealed envelopes do you want for yourself? Technically speaking, you don't need anything for this part of the process. Some schools may require you to send later. Nowadays, many schools are requiring to be sent all digitally, you know. So many people are not sending the sealed copies anymore. But what the sealed copies are, basically, they send you a copy that has their seal, their stamp on the where you open the envelope. So basically it's a proof that that was never violated, so you can send that to school. Nowadays that does not have a strong importance as used to back in my day when I did this process, because many schools require that, which a lot of the schools don't do anymore. But some people ask, why should I do this right now instead of later? Usually if you do this right now, it's cheaper. If you order later, usually the first copy, each first copy that you order, it's going to cost you a little bit more money. So you kind of pick whatever you want here. If you just want to get one for yourself just to have it, you know, just go ahead and put one. Delivery address, contact name Leo, address Test Street, country. This is interesting because if you are outside of the United States, they're going to charge you a big fee for you to send your stuff towards another country, okay? If you are in the United States, the fee is smaller. Since everything is done electronically today and you don't really need to receive this in hands, if you have a friend that lives in the United States, I would personally recommend you to send to a friend of yours that lives in the United States so you can save some money. So you put their address, state, Indiana, postal code 0, I'm not sure what the postal code is. Phone, you're going to put a phone number, 414-555-5555. You see here there are three options. It doesn't really matter if you get that fast. I would pick the cheapest one. Okay, that's what I would do. If you live in a different country, you see that the only option is like $65. Let's see here, if you live in Brazil, I think the option is the same, $65. But as soon as you put United States, the fee drops from $65 to $15. So right here, right here, you can save $50 if you have a friend that lives in the United States, because you don't really need to have this report in your hands, like I said. So tip number one to save $50. Now, this next step is the institution receiving the report. Here's another place where people get confused. They don't know what to do. There are a ton of institutions, but first of all, you are applying to this as an international dentist. Even though you may have schools that you want to apply to, as of now, you are in the very early stages of getting this process started. You know, you're not applying to the schools right now. So what you're doing actually at this moment is to submit this to the ADA, American Dental Association, so you can take the board exam. That's the first thing that you're doing. So many people leave this blank and then they miss the opportunity to send straight to ADA. If they leave this blank right now, go through the whole process, and then later they send to ADA, they're gonna have to pay some extra money. So make sure you send this to the ADA. So when looking for the place to send, many people will type here ADA and try to find something. And a few things are gonna come up and they're like, oh, I'm not sure what this is. And actually it is this one here, Joint Commission on National Dental Examinations, ADA. If you wanna find only one thing, you type Joint JCNCDE. And this is the one right here. That's where you're gonna send your document to. You save the delivery, and then once you save the delivery, they will receive a copy and you're ready for the next steps. You could send to other institutions here if you want to, but at this point, usually you don't need to send anywhere else. You continue. Now, the next step, they're gonna ask the purpose of your evaluation. So there's several different things here. You can choose more than one option. Further education, graduate, dentistry, continue. Now, here's another place where people get confused, that they don't know what to do. And here's gonna be tip number 3 for you to save quite a bit of money. There are all these different reports for you to choose from. If you go to the American Dental Association website, they're gonna tell you that all you need to take the board exam is the general report. The general report is the cheapest one, is $100. So most people that don't have knowledge about the process, they will choose the general report. However, when you are applying to dental programs, all the dental programs pretty much will require the course by course report. So if you do the general report right now and later down the road, you're going to be applying to schools, you're going to have to do another full cycle of ECE report by selecting the course by course. So you have the option to choose course by course or general report. The general report only works for ADA. The course by course works for the ADA and for the application to the dental programs. So you should choose course by course. Even though it's $95 more expensive right now, you're gonna save a lot of money later. So make sure you choose the course by course. So you completed the step 1, now you're gonna start completing the step 2. You're gonna put your country of origin. I'm gonna put here Brazil. It's gonna say the institution name, the city. It's going to ask if you graduated or if you didn't, and I'm assuming you did. When you attended the school, whatever years that was, I don't know, I'm just putting regular random numbers here. The degree in your native language, so that is not in English, that is in your native language. Whatever your native language is, you're gonna write your name of the degree here. The name of the degree in English, so I always like to put the first letter in caps. Dentist. Does your name appear differently on your educational documents? Yes or no? If you got married and changed your name, or if you became a citizen and you changed your name, or whatever the reason might be, if your name appears differently, you have to write here, okay? Some people, the name don't appear different, so you put no. So when you get to this point, it asks, you must submit all documents for all credentials you wish to have evaluated. Do you want to have this credential evaluated? Yes, I want to have this credential evaluated. This is, let's say, my dental degree. So I'm going to click Save History, and then this is going to be saved as one of the credentials that I want to have evaluated. So it says right here, my credentials. Okay? So the next step, this will not apply to every single person. But let's say that you have a master's degree, or you did a specialty or a PhD or whatever that might be. If you did some additional program, you're gonna put here your additional program. Test 2, did you graduate? Yes. This was a different time. Let's say the name of the degree, mestrado, name of degree in English, Masters in Orthodontics. Does the name appear different? No. Do I want this to be evaluated? Yes. So I'm gonna save. This is, remember, this is only if you have additional education, master's, PhD, specialty degree. Okay, if you have additional education, you can submit that. The second part is not mandatory. It's not mandatory. Your dental degree, the first part, your dental degree is mandatory. Your specialty, master's or PhD is not mandatory. You only submit if you want to. I know that if you submit two things, there's no extra charge. It's all included. So you might as well, if you have that, you might as well just send the whole thing. Once you did all of your educational history that you'd like to be evaluated, you go ahead and you continue. Now here is going to be saying the required documents. These documents is being specific for my country. Every country is different. I am from Brazil, it's going to require certain documents from Brazil. If you're from a different country, it's going to say here what documents are required. Make sure you read things. People just go through really fast. They don't read, they don't pay attention. Just read here. A report cannot be prepared until you receive the required documents for each of your educational credentials. You're responsible for obtaining the documents. To proceed, please review the requirements. Once you review the requirements, you'll be able to go to the next step. So what do I need? Paper documents. They are very detailed here. Just gotta follow their recommendation. Can be submitted to ECE either by the applicant or directly by the issuing body. So either they can send it to you and you send it to ECE, or they can send directly to ECE. Let me tell you, it's easier if you send the whole thing together. Okay, that's my opinion, because you know that you're sending that. They also accept electronic documents. Send your document through electronic document services like this ones. Or have your institution send a secure electronic document directly to this email from the institutional portal or from a publicly verifiable email address of the institution. Please ask the institution to include your name and ECE reference number. Acceptance not guaranteed. It's going to be on a case by case, so you don't know if they're going to accept this or not. Please do not send or forward the documents yourself. So it's very, very clear here. They don't want you to email to them. It needs to go from your institution. So let's read the second requirements here. If you complete a post-secondary university level study, it is generally not necessary to submit high school level documents. Ask your institution if an evaluation of your high school documents is needed. Basically, if you're from Brazil or different countries, you completed a dental school. So you completed a post-secondary university level of study. So technically, your high school document is not required. It's saying right here. If you want to submit, you're welcome to. They tell you exactly what you need. They tell you even in Portuguese or whatever other language you might be in the different country. And then the post-secondary, the university, they tell you right here, they need the title, the degree, or the certificate of the programs. This has to be a photocopy or a scan, both sides of the document. People come to me, do I have to send the original? No, you do not have to send the original. It's right here. It says right here. It is a photocopy. However, the second document required is scholastic history, histórico escolar in Portuguese, your grades and all that, has to be original. And then it says number 2 here. So you go all the way down, you read number 2. Can be mailed to ECE by the applicant. Usually issued with the letterhead of the institution, has an original seal and or signature. Photocopies, notarized copies, faxes, or scans are not considered original documents. So they explain everything that you need to know right here. You can mail yourself. It needs to have the letterhead of the institution and their seal and or signature. So it's right there. And photocopies, even notarized copies, are not accepted. So you have to get the original from the school. On the other hand, the degree that you have, it can be a photocopy. So we understand here so far that I need my degree, my photocopy of my degree, both sides has to be sent to ECE. Original document of my transcript, scholastic history or transcript, needs to be sent. And then the other thing that's required, it says right here, language of documents. This is in Portuguese, number 1. Okay, there you go, read here, number 1, language of documents. Submit English translations for all documents issued in a foreign language. Translations can be submitted to ECE by mail or email. You may prepare the translation yourself as long as they're complete, literal, word for word, and in the same format as the original document. So this is another question that many people ask me, and they pay a lot of money to get a notarized translator or official translation or whatever. ECE does not require that. You can do the translation yourself. So you have to translate your degree and your transcript. You can do it yourself. They are saying here that you can submit by mail or email. Let me tell you what you should do. You should submit all in the mail together. So that way they get all your documents in one package at once. So they don't have to be matching things from email and things from the mail. Print these documents that you translated yourself, put in a package and mail to them all together. So if you have one post-secondary education, which is your dental degree only, you're gonna have to submit 4 documents: dental degree, transcript, translation of the dental degree, translation of the transcript. Now, if you have a master's or specialty or whatever, you're gonna have additional documents to submit. Once you understand this, you go through the steps here, you read everything, you click I have read and understand the documents requirement, and I'm gonna continue. Now here they give you the instructions. Read. The first thing that you gotta do is read. When you complete this application, you will receive an ECE reference number. That's very important. In a document matching form. If you're sending documents yourself, print and include the document matching form. So they tell you right here, you gotta print this document matching form and put inside the envelope. If the documents are sent to ECE directly by the institution, the form is not required. Please include your ECE reference number on all envelopes and correspondence that you send to ECE. Translations. ECE requires word-for-word translation when academic documents are not issued in English. You can do it yourself. You don't have to pay any additional service. That's another $150, $200 that you're saving right here per document. Put like $300 that you're saving here. This is my 4th tip here. Just on these 4 tips, you already saved over $500 by watching this video. See how amazing this video is? Save you $500. So you know you need some original documents, some copies and all that, and you're gonna send to this mail address here. Now you have the option to do a rush service or do no rush service. That's a easy way for you to save $80. No brainer here. I don't need any rush. They are doing pretty fast. Nowadays they're doing really fast. I got one done recently. It took like less than 5 days for them to do it anyway. So there's no need to pay for the rush service. So here is how much this is gonna cost. $45 to send one to me, $195 for the report. Here's my history. Another $30 to send one to ADEA. The total is $270. I'm gonna move forward. Now this is a customer agreement. It's gonna talk about a lot of stuff. You read through this. Basically, there's no other option. You're gonna have to sign that you agree with everything, and you sign and submit. Here is where you're going to pay. If you have a coupon, that's great. If you don't, you don't. You'd go ahead, put your credit card. Here's where you're gonna put your credit card information. I will stop the video right here. But after you do this step, the next step that's gonna provide it to you is that document matching form that you can print that document matching form and you're gonna put in the envelope that you're gonna submit to ECE. Basically, these are the steps for you to get your ECE done, and following my tips, you're gonna save over $500 by making things right at the first attempt. And one thing that's very important for you to know, if you're doing this for the boards, which the American Dental Association boards, which is very likely what you're doing, before you start all this ECE, if you watch all of my videos, you probably know what you have to do first before you start all that. Yes, you have to get your dent pin number with ADEA. You have to get your dent pin number with ADEA. Once this is submitted to ADEA and they have your dent pin number already on file and you set up all that, then you're gonna be eligible to book your INBDE, Integrated National Dental Board exam, within the next 6 months. You have 6 months to book your board exam once American Dental Association receives their document and they say, hey, you're good to go, you're good to take the exam, all right? Now that you got all your things done on the website, you're gonna have to get the documents. The ECE matching document looks like this. They're gonna have right here on the top your reference number, your information that I blanked out here because one of my clients, so to keep it private. It's gonna tell you a few details. You're gonna put this as the first page that goes into the envelope, okay? What you're gonna do, besides that, you're gonna have a little summary of all the documents you're sending to them. You're gonna have this summary here as well. So here I explained, you're gonna find attached to this envelope, original dental school transcript, English translation of dental school transcript, copy of dental school diploma, translation of dental school diploma. This guy had orthodontics done as well, so original of orthodontic specialty transcript, English translation of orthodontic specialty transcript, copy of specialty diploma, English translation of specialty diploma. I put everything in order, and I even number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I put everything in order, The instruction match pages goes first, everything in order, put inside the envelope, send it to ECE, and wait. Just like that. Hope you liked the video. If you have questions, leave it down below. I'm here to help. But this step-by-step is gonna save you a lot of time. And if you follow all my tips, a lot of money too. Thank you for joining Dental Academy USA.